So pretty much every day this week, or yes, this week technically, but pretty much every day that I've gone and thrown, probably the last some odd days, what has happened leading up to it, right? So I've worked a shift, and then I've gone out and thrown later, which is why you see the late night throws. But time and time again, and here I am up late again. In the middle, after I come home, I'm like, oh, I need a nap. Oh, I'm done right now. I was like, I need to eat something or what have you. And I will feel so daggum tired. But then something in me will be like, oh, all right, I gotta go throw. I'm about to go throw. I'm about to go. And somehow I've been able to, and 9 out of 10 times I've been able to talk myself into, and it's not even talk myself into it, right? It's more of a fact of the matter is, do you want to get better today or do you not want to get better today? And I could, especially with the situation I'm dealing with right now, with the hip flexors, I could say, let's take a day off, quote unquote, let's take a day off. And that might help, might not help, right? Conventional wisdom would say, don't use that. Don't be on that. And actually on that hip flexor, and actually went to the chiropractor today or whatever, and they kind of got an adjustment or whatever, which helped. But conventional wisdom would tell you to stay off of it or whatever, and it's definitely affecting the throw. But in the back of my brain, I'm like, what can I grab out of today? Like what, even though the sun isn't out, the weather isn't it's not perfect weather or whatever. And in my brain, I'm like, what can I get out of today, out of what is left with the day? Instead of, oh, the sun's gone down or it's getting dark, or, oh, I'm tired, or, oh, it doesn't feel right or whatever. I'm like, what can I get out of the rest of this day? And that mindset shift is, I guess, is what it's kept me being able to come back, because I'll tell you, I mean, even when I sit too long, sometimes I sit in the middle of throws and I'm like, you gotta get up, you gotta throw, take another throw, because there's definitely, if I sit there, I'm like, oh, I'm tired, I'm going to bed. I was like, let's cut this practice short and call it a day, because I get those voices. Everybody gets those voices in their head at the end of the day, but something in me is like, get up, take another throw, get up and take another throw. And I get up and take another throw. And at the end of the day, you can do what everybody else is doing. And right. And I could say, I'm going to practice 3-4 days or what have you, or this many days a week or what have you, and do that kind of thing. But at the end of the day, if I want unconventional results, or if I want different results, I'm going to have to do something different. If I want to reach the next level, I can't do what the norm is. Like, I know what the status quo is as far as this goes or what have you. And if I want to get where I want to go or whatever, which is moving with the ball very, very, very well, and executing great technique, I'm going to have to do something different. So that's kept me going. And don't get the game to the tired bug. And I don't know how I'm up right now. And I somehow, when I'm tired, and then I'm not tired, and then I'm up until 3 o'clock in the morning, and then I got to be up in the morning or what have you. And it's an old college habit cycle. It's an old habit. It's an old habit, and I've done it for so long. I've done the daggum habit for so long that now this is almost a normal thing. And I know I'm going to catch up with some sleep. I should have some time to catch up this weekend or what have you. Holidays. It's going to be holiday weekend or what have you. So I'll have some time to catch up with some sleep. So in the meantime, gotta get it in the best that you can get it in. So that's kind of my conclusion about that. So, hey, I don't, and the ball hasn't moved well either, but it's coming along the right way. I noticed that when I looked at a couple of my old videos, that my foot posture was a little bit different and a little bit closer, almost like some of the more previous videos. It almost looks like I'm almost quite in a sumo squat stance, somewhere between a standard deadlift stance and a sumo. And I think I should be a little bit normal to a shoulder width when you're throwing the hammer. because I think that that gives me a more stable base to throw off of and a more centered point of gravity. And when I was watching some of my older throws, I noticed that that was something that I had taken into consideration. So I kind of fixed that, and hell, the entry looked a lot. I was a lot more succinct. I think I got a lot more better. At least I got more. I got more systematic and more consistent entries. Now with the rest of the throw, you know, the hip impingement issue. Yes, I spent about 30 minutes today, and this is what people don't normally. This is what people do. This is what I do that I don't think that a lot of people realize is that, okay, I'm not going to do anything. And I took one throw today, and I got on the ground. And, well, I actually got on TikTok, and I Googled, and I got on TikTok, and I looked up hip flexor exercises, and I looked for like whatever, a couple minutes, looked up and did a bunch of, saw what I could find. And then once I did that for about 10-15 minutes, and kind of gradually in between my throws I kind of stopped and did some of those movements the best that I could, and that I believe that helped me tremendously. And that's kind of the where the my thinking goes, is that work the problem. Like, just because you have a problem doesn't mean that you sit on your ass and don't try to solve the problem. Like, a problem is good. That means that you have an opportunity to learn, and that you have an opportunity to figure out what is going on. And therefore, if it does come up again, or if you know somebody else that has it or whatever, you have the knowledge. And then at that point in time, it doesn't mean that you're done and you can't do anything. That doesn't mean what having a problem means. And I think that we get those two things confused. So anyways, got on the ground, laid down, did some hip flexor. I think that hip flexor exercise, I think that helped a decent amount. Still got a little bit of issue. Probably going to go back to the chiropractor again. What's really, really frustrating to me is that there's like, if I go and looked at these throws, there's only like one or two of them that are crispy. And, you know, took 20 plus throws, and that's all you can get out of it. Well, the fuck is going on here? Like, the fuck is going on here? Yet, like, that level of inconsistency is it's kind of atrocious, but it is going in the right direction. I know that I can, if I can put I got that entry figured out, and that posture helped a lot. If I can put some together, I know that they will go together. And one of the smallest details that I figured out, and this is just something that I don't know if most people will know this, right? There's a whistle that the hammer wire does when you hit it just right. And I was listening for it, and for whatever reason, when I am getting that whistle, well, I'm sectoring far left, and the ball isn't going down the sector the way that I want to. I am able to achieve that whistle, and it's not about it going far. It's about the point that it's almost like a plane breaking the sound barrier. It's the fact that you know that plane is traveling fast. I don't know if that's a good analogy or not, but the point is that you don't need to be throwing your hardest. You just need to know that you're positioning the ball in the right facets that's allowing you to move it in a manner that you hear that whistling sound, and which means that it's accelerating at a decent velocity, at a reasonable velocity. Obviously, there's intensities or efforts that you can add on to that or whatever, but I just want to. That's like one of those cues, one of those things that I want to hear more often when I am training. So, something that I'm thinking about, something that's definitely in the back of my brain. So, need to be a little bit more consistent, but hell, I mean, we're getting it done. We're getting there, slowly but surely. Problems, good, but that's just about all I got. You already know what the deal is. Run on your toes, keep your mouth closed, lock your doors, and save your throws. Most importantly, live to fight another day. I'm gonna get out of here.